Well, good evening, folks. Dave Jorgensen once again with the Super Affiliate Network. And I am here on Christmas Eve. And trying to get a button here. Anyway, just wanted to reach out and share a little more with you and encouragement in life and maybe a little entertainment. But anyway, life is full of risks. Some risks we take are life-threatening, and sometimes we don't have any choice but to take them. That's where what our job is, and it's life-threatening. And sometimes the risk is a financial risk. Sometimes the risk involves friendships. You name it, life is full of risks. We are always having to risk something. And a little story I'd like to share with you happened back in about 1971. I was in my 20s and working in the logging industry, and I was working in high lead logging in the Orleans, California area. And that terrain is steep. It is very steep. Anyway, we were working down in here, and logs have a way of getting buried. You always have to look for a choker hole. Now, what is a choker? A choker is a piece of cable with what they have a belt called a bell, and it's hooked to the rigging that comes down from the tower. And you take it and you wrap it around a log and then clamp that bell, and then the choker is set, ready to take that log into the landing up there above you. Well, I'll tell you another little story along with this, but one time they had a new guy there, and he didn't know the difference. You're always looking for a choker hole under a log. And we had this log that was very difficult. Dirt had been scraped up around it, and it was a big log, like 3 or 4 feet through. And we were trying to get a choker hole. You got to dig with sticks, and you just do anything you can. Sometimes you get a log behind it and move it a little bit. Hopefully it'll open up a spot where you can get the choker under it. And one time the rigging boss down there in the brush, we had a new guy there, and so he sent this new guy all the way up to the landing. I mean, it's hundreds of yards, almost straight up sometimes, and it's hot. He sent this guy up to the landing to ask for a box of choker holes. What's a choker hole? It's a place to get the cable under a log. But anyway, he played this joke on this kid, and this kid got up to the landing, and they asked him what he needed, and he says, well, he needed a box of choker holes. And so they were all laughing. But anyway, I was down there in this ravine, kind of a little ravine thing, trying to get a choker hole made. And all of a sudden the guys hollered, and I looked up just in time to see about a 30-foot pole with it's about this big around on the end. It was coming at me. And that thing, I mean, I've had it, I didn't have time to move. All I could do was grab that log and just hug right up to it just as hard as I could. And that thing just, inches went right on past me, about 30 feet long. And, it would have cut me in half, to hit me in the side, just, gored me. And, but anyway, that was a risk. You don't really expect those things to happen, But most of the time, the things that happen to people out there in the logging and probably any job are due to a little bit of lack of care, a little bit of carelessness. Now, this one didn't happen to be the result of carelessness. These guys were watching for me. But all of a sudden, this log got dislodged, and it was moving. You couldn't outrun it, that's for sure, even downhill. And so anyway, life is full of risks, When I got scammed for about a year looking for something that made money online so that I could, have a better income. And I finally found the Super Affiliate Network. And I figured it was another risk. But it turned out not to be a risk. It turned out to be a very big blessing. And so, I'm going to continue to take risks. You could always say, well, I'm still taking a risk even though I've watched it work. But I'll tell you what, if that's a risk, I'll pray for more risks. Anyway, just wanted to tell you that short little story, a little bit of humor there too, but it wasn't humorous when I looked up and saw that log coming, because I knew that, if it got me, I'm gone. But anyway, we used to have a lot of fun bantering back and forth. You can make fun out of anything. Even working in the woods, we used to be a little bit dangerous. That rigging would come and it's still up there way up in the air, and we'd grab them chokers and swing out over the canyon, and then they drop it down so we could get the logs, But it was, some guys even rode the carriage in. I never tried that. That's illegal. Plus, if they dropped that thing, if something happened to the machinery and the brake went out, bye-bye, you're going down the canyon. So anyway, I would just like to encourage you that, life is full of risks. Life risks are dangerous because you can't replace life. You can't replace time, but money can always be replaced. And I am so thankful. There's always money circulating around out there. It never goes away. It's always out there to pull in. And with that said, if you would like to take the risk with me, which, I don't even consider it a risk because you can get your money back if you don't like what you see. But click the link below and check it out and join the Super Affiliate family. I mean, it is the most fantastic family. I like being here just because of the family. But anyway, I'm a Super Affiliate Network fan, if you didn't realize it. And I am so happy and proud to be one. Good night.